Let us begin. Yo, hello everyone, I'm Trent here, and these are my fellow color spray! No! Hello. Oh my god. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Josh Dredgem, and these are my fellow storytellers. Tonight we are going to be finishing up Jang's arc, which is super cool. I'm very excited because last week was an absolute banger. For people that are here, I hope you are in agreement. I don't know why you wouldn't be. But I think we should get this game kicked off because we are a little bit late because we did mental health checks, and not only that, I was getting some stuff ready, and it's always good to make sure that you do it right and take the time that you need to take the time. So thank you for being patient and chat for us as well. Okay, let's start with the introductions. JP, who are you and who are you playing tonight?
I am JP, that is the Who. Who am I playing tonight? Benedict, the elderly human warlock of the group. How old is he? No one knows, except for the people that paid attention to when he said how old he was. Crazy, I need you to just do that. If you like dots and lines, by God, if you like unholy mega motion too, feel free to check the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff. I'm gonna breathe now.
Nice. Hells yeah. Jangovar.
Hello, my name is Sarah, aka Ra. I am playing Jang tonight. This is the last episode of her arc, and I'm not scared at all, and it's totally fine.
It's all good. It's gonna be fine. We got this. Let's go. Trent.
Hello everyone, I'm Trent. I play Oren, an old man gnome, a wizard, specializes in evocation magic. Yeah, that's all I got tonight.
Hells yeah. Ridley.
Hi, I'm Em tonight. I'm playing Ridley, who I can't decide if he's an old man or still young, because technically he was born 300 years ago, but that's a whole phase story. Yeah, and I do most of the art for the stream at elysian.art if you want to check it out.
Hells yeah. And Elle.
My name is Elle. Tonight I'm playing Sylphie, who is the pink-haired gnome life cleric of the party. She's pretty young compared to everybody else in the party, which is pretty cool. And the recently appointed Saint of Kindness. She is a patron saint of Lanath, who is our beautiful goddess of life, which is very, very fun.
Hells yeah. All right, let's see if I can use my mental GM powers, my telepathic powers to get one of those red cap recaps. Okay, ready? JP, I'm using my telepathic powers to reach your mind and have you use your awesome skills of recapping.
Josh, what are you doing in my mind?
JP,
Guys, I think I have cable.
deliver the red cap recap.
Alright, so what did we do last week? Last week, well, we introduced to Jang's funky gang, Jang's funky tribe. We met a whole bunch of orcs and half-orcs. It was pretty sick. First of all, they came riding at us on the back of some big old direwolves, and they're like, yo, what's up, come with us. And we were like, okay. And then we were like, okay, yeah, cool, walking. We're not, so far we haven't been escorted into a trap. That's pretty nice. That's nice. Oh, cool, they were in a camp, and it really doesn't look very trap-like. Absolutely love that. No pointy sticks, some pointy sticks, but not pointy sticks being pointed at us. So we don't really care about those pointy sticks. Anyway, who are you? And this dude was like, I'm Rash, I'm the leader of this shit. And we're like, hello, Rash, leader of this shit, how do you do? And he was like, well, I've been better. And we're like, ah, man, that kind of sucks. And then Jang, brutally attacked, assaulted, snuck up on, accosted in the streets by their cousin, coming out of the shadows to fucking spear tackle the ever-loving shit out of them. Anyway, we met Jang's cousin, and that was pretty cool. Turns out they haven't seen each other a fair while. Jang wasn't really sure whether or not they were gonna be on good terms, but then turns out they were on good terms, so that's good. Things turned out good on the term front. Anyway, then Oren absolutely desecrated a sacred site by kicking over a little pile, which very much upset another half-orc who was like, man, my pile. And then Sylphie was like, it is okay, I will mend this pile for you, and helped them mend this pile. And then Ridley was like, yeah. Anyway, then, just kind of after discussing what needed to be done, getting some shit talking, and the shaman was like, all right, here's what needs to be done. You're gonna commune with the spirits. And Jang was like, oh shit, that sounds funky. Hey, anyone know what this involves? And everyone was like, nah, not really, dog. This one's on you. So anyway, that turned out to very much be on Jang, but not before she delivered a rousing speech akin to holding the line. I've been watching people play Mass Effect a lot recently. I really like the hold the line speech in Mass Effect 1. But anyway, it was akin to that. Bolstered courage in our hearts. Anyway, after inspiring an entire tribe of people, Jang then set off to a funky, funky zone filled to the brim with Widow's Bloom. And then Sean was like, all right, here's what's going to happen. Good. Magic shit. And Jang was like, man, I love magic shit. That's whack. Holy shit, it's my mom. And her mom was like, holy shit, it's my daughter. And they're like, holy shit, I love you so much. And they did. They shared an absolutely heartwarming / heartbreaking moment. And honestly, I don't want to joke about it too much because it was fucking incredible. Props to Jang on that one. And then, after all things settled and tears were dried, the scent of bacon wafted in on the winds. God, it must be nice to have a functioning sense of smell. And then, a puppy! We got a puppy! That's what you missed!
That's it. That's what you missed. It's time for us to do the thing. So hearts in chat because we're going to roll it. We're back. Well, let's get some sick music happening and get this game kicked off. I think I want this one. Let me double check. No, too sad. Too sad.
You may need that later.
Yeah, too sad.
Hopefully not, though.
I like this fish emote.
Yeah. Old Faithful. All right. Let us begin. You all return to a slumbering orc camp. A fire burns brightly, gifting its warmth to the clan. The foundling rests in the arm of Jang, shivering and snuggling for warmth. Sosai guides Jang to the camp's heart, their milky irises reflecting Jang's appearance. Wise hands find themselves taking Jang's free hand and embracing it. You worry. No, you should not. Whatever may come from tomorrow's events, know that it was meant to be. We orc are resilient, and we will persevere. Sosai comes to pat the pup, causing fur to rush through their fingertips. The pup lets out a playful growl before playfully biting the shaman's hands. Drawing blood with razor-sharp teeth, Sosai grins and does not harbor anger, but gives patience and understanding. I believe the spirits have sent us this little one. A sign that we will be reborn regardless. We are already changed. The dire wolves that once ran wild and free with reckless abandon, only caring for their own pack, have come to live and grow with us. As they feed on our flesh and us on theirs, we became one. We became more. The spirits speak of change. They spoke of your coming. Through you, we will learn and grow. Sosai's hand comes to Jeng's face, and with the blood drawn from the direwolf pup, she draws the symbol, a symbol in Jeng's face. A fang beneath her left eye. The shaman smirks toothfully and proud. You are wolfborn now, chosen of the spirits, chosen of the wild.
Jang runs her hands across the fur of the pup. I feel like this one's going to be as wild as I was as a pup. I appreciate your words. I would be lying to say that I wasn't nervous for what comes. I thought that I was prepared walking in here, but adding this corruption, this abomination, is a challenge. I am conflicted as well that my father might be savable, that there might be some way to turn the corruption and redeem someone that I hate so much. Do you feel that there is a way to turn this back through magic or through other means? Is there a redemption?
There is much that I, so wise, do not know. You bring gods with you. New ways of approaching situations. Perhaps the answer lies in your companions.
I would not be worth much without them. Do you have any other guidance for me?
Hit him hard.
Jang smiles. Do you think you can look after this little one until we return?
Of course. Come, little one. Oh, come now. The shaman goes and retires, leaving to you the camp and your companions to discuss the events of tomorrow.
How are you feeling, Jang?
nervous, no lie. I don't look forward to what's coming. I am struggling to prioritize whether saving lives is more important or if destroying this corruption should be the focus.
Do they have to be separate?
I guess it depends how many we can rally from this clan to assist. The last thing I want to do is put more of their lives at risk, but if we can utilize that to help gain traction, to save lives, to extricate the prisoners, maybe we can pincer attack this in a way.
Seems to me it's likely a few of them have something to prove anyway. And if they're afraid of this at all, it's better to be part of taking it down, else they'll never quite recover.
I have to agree with Ridley. I don't think you'll struggle to rally troops from within this clan. As for the events of tomorrow, however, what do you believe our first move should be?
I would like to scout ahead. I would like to know exactly what we're going to walk into. I have ways of giving us advantages if I can see them beforehand. If I have a chance to pick our spots, pick our methods, I feel like we stand a chance.
And certainly hope with the latter. Send Corky ahead to scout the terrain. As for getting up close with any of our targets in particular, I don't know how much use it'd be.
I would like to go myself. I'll use the hood. I'll keep myself in cover. It should be a cakewalk.
I can at least give you some blessings to make it easier for you.
I would.
You have one of those looks on your face, like you've got something running through your mind.
I'll be honest, I didn't, but
Oh.
let me think up something quickly.
Think of something fun.
now.
Can I
Are
offer
you
a tag?
sure? What?
Can I offer a tag?
Sure.
You would still, there's a good chance that you'd have Bilgrim on the mind, especially being so close to.
Oh yeah, that's right. My brother who's going crazy, and I completely did not forget about.
No.
Yep.
Not at all. He's just suffering.
You haven't told us about.
Just
That
insanity
is
and all
also
that.
true.
Endless death. It's no
No, he's-
biggie.
Yeah. I mean, there's whatever, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah, it's fine.
dust off your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. oh, sorry. I was thinking of something else. My mind is elsewhere, but just be careful, Jang, if you do go out there. It's dangerous. You saw how strong they were when we confronted them before?
I did. Definitely did.
Sylvie runs her hand over the scars on her shoulders now. Stay away from the teeth.
I'd love to stay away from them completely if I could.
Right. So, as a plan of action, we take what rest we have. In the morning, at first light, Benedict will scout with a Corky and keep an eye on where Jang might be going. And Jang, you'll go invisible and tell us what you know when you come back. My immediate worry is there are ways to see invisible. Things like true seeing. Like, I've used them before.
Don't forget see invisibility, Sophie.
Exactly. If these demons have powers from another source, my concern is if you're by yourself, it might not be as simple as getting you back.
Well, Corky can ride with me. And, I know that it's a gamble. I will keep my distance as best I can. So if things go south, I'll separate as quickly as I can. But I feel that what I can learn outweighs the risk.
Mm. Well, what about Oren, myself, and Ridley? If we choose to stay here, we could talk to the other members of the tribe and try and garnish what information we can about some of the more stronger members that have accepted this power, who they are, who they were.
That would be hugely appreciated. While you're at it, you might be able to figure out who amongst them would be best set up to help rescue as well. Perhaps the most stealthy of the group.
I'm happy to round up support where I can.
Just writing that down, sorry.
I'm sure Miraka can help make introductions where they're necessary.
Oh, I feel like I'm quite good at that myself. Like that fellow with his pile of dirt yesterday.
Are there any social cues we should be aware of, or tips to impress?
Well, a compliment or two doesn't go astray, especially to strength and weapons. If you see
Right.
any with talismans of kills, a little bit of awe can go a long way.
I shouldn't go building a bigger pile of dirt.
I think not.
He looks as though he's mentally taking note of these things. Compliment.
Big pile.
Big pile of dirt.
So it's decided. After we've had our rest, Jangovar will take Corky, scout ahead. The rest of us drum up what support we can. And scrounge whatever info we can too.
Can you see through Corky's eyes?
Only when he is relatively near.
Right.
I can communicate with him telepathically upon his return.
Well, at least you know if Corky comes back without me, something's gone wrong.
Yes. Should that be the case, hopefully, you can tell me where to find you.
Perhaps as an extra safety measure, I could send Magnus along as well.
I haven't seen Magnus in a long time.
I just had the briefest moment of like the centaur, the very loud centaur. I was just like, oh, please no.
I see like
So
a
stealthy.
fond memory of Sophie many months ago.
It was a long time ago.
It's a long time since Magnus has come back.
When you mention Magnus, Chen goes, who is Magnus?
Magnus is my familiar companion. Often he takes the form of a raven, although there have been times when I have asked him to be a weasel also. situation dictates what best form to take. But he'll be a raven, I think, for tomorrow to assist you. That way, if should the worst happen, at least then we have 2 people who can bring word. Or 2 familiars, I should say, that can bring word to us of what has happened. Doubling our chances.
I could,
Eyes in the sky. It's better than one.
I could pray to Linath and ensure that she gives me sending. And if it comes to a certain hour and we haven't heard from you, I can talk to you.
Of course. If I don't reply, you can assume that perhaps I'm being stealthy and not wanting to respond.
It's in here. You just have to think a reply. I'll hear it.
That's definitely easier then.
What a strange day tomorrow might bring. The calm before the storm always feels peaceful, but also anxious.
Now,
Find a. Oh, sorry. You go.
I think for now, all we can do is try and rest. Prepare ourselves as best we can.
Good rest and a hearty breakfast. All together.
With that, Jang will kind of start making preparations to sleep.
All right. Sleep takes you all under the watchful eye of the Gush Thud. The sun eventually comes to the sky, showing that today there will be no rain, though much still lays damp and wet. Warmth starts to seep back into the land. You all eventually take your turn, rousing from your sleep, and prepare for the events to come. What would you like to do?
Benedict would like to. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you go. That's all right. I'll say after.
Benedict would like to. Would like to approach Jang. So, I'm not sure how much you've interacted with him, but this is Corky. He holds up the raven sitting on his arm. You do exactly as Jangovar tells you, down to the letter. Do you understand? Direct him as you will. He has to be on his best behavior.
Jang will hold a hand out and let Corky step onto her hand.
Lollipop. And he'll... And if you would be so kind. And Benedict produces his very large leather-bound tome and opens it up to a page simply titled Friends. And there are just a ridiculous amount of names scrawled in the several pages before he holds out a little quill. If you'd be so kind as to add yourself to the pages. I have had little time to do much writing. I believe Ridley was the last to add their name to this after I found they were technically... It gets confusing after so many generations, but if you would be so kind.
Of course. It would be an honor. Jang will take the quill, and she goes to write her full name, but then pauses after she writes Jang and just leaves it at that. She goes, I may add to it later.
The day has brought what it shall. And as you lift the quill off the off the page, you could swear just for a split second you see the kind of almost a silhouette of a raven tattooed on your hand before it just vanishes. Not entirely sure whether or not you are actually seeing it. Best of luck. Looks at Corky. Be good. Understand. There would be any revenge getting for the time that I turned you into a spider and squashed you. Strictly business. Almost gives it like the stern eye. Just. Yes. Excellent. If you absolutely need to, he can provide a useful distraction. Rather gifted when it comes to mimicry. Anyhow.
Handy to know.
Anywho, best of luck. I smell roast vegetables. Ben's gonna kind of just rub his hands and waddle off towards the main fire.
I pictured Ridley around there, just cooking all manner of breakfasty things. Like I don't know what we have access to, Josh. So in my head, though, I'm picturing like the works, baked beans, hash browns. What else?
You have
Fried
rations.
mushrooms.
You have rations, and what I'll have you all do now is this is your first long rest since for being out from Duum. So dock a ration from your collections, if you can, please.
And rations are heavy. Just say.
Yeah, they really are. I feel like I've got 10. I've been lugging around 10 of these for so long.
I have 14.
Mine.
All right, Jang, you gonna sit out?
Oh, wait.
Did Oren want to do
No,
something?
I am not, apparently.
Yeah, I think the three of us want to do something with Jang as well.
Yeah,
Jen's
Josh.
gonna
The scene
have
is
a
yours.
snack first.
No, you get it. Go for
Well,
it.
I started to like, I admittedly stumble my way into a scene, but then you told us to dock rations, and that was it. Yeah. So serving you up food on something, because apparently only Oren has utensils. You can see Ridley like eating off just like a meat plate or something at some point during the morning. And eventually he sort of sits down and plays a tune on a lute that you may or may not have noticed he brought along. It's a very fine looking lute, and it has elegant script written around the base of it that has been scratched out. Yeah, and he plays a really nice tune, a ballad that you might recognize, some ballads of great heroes past. And the longer you listen, the more it sort of starts to seep in into your chest and into your muscles and make you feel like one of the heroes from the ballad. And after 10 minutes of him just strumming along, playing these ballads you guys recognize, you will gain 19 temporary HP.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So that's my thing at the moment. We'll have a
Thank
proper
you.
scene down the line, but yeah. I don't have to tick anything off, I just have that. That's just a feat. Inspiring leader. It's a little bit
Nice.
of a different use of it. So yeah.
Hells yeah. Who's next?
Oren is.
Thanks. So I wanted to say before we got into story stuff that the night before and before going to bed, Oren casts contingency, obviously on himself, and the condition is that when he reaches 50% of his hit points, so 50. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, 50 hit points. greater invisibility takes effect on him immediately.
Rock and roll.
But also, I'll now come awake and join everyone else. So, yeah, Oren's probably one of the later people to wake up from, spending a little bit extra time casting that, and it took a bit out of him. Oh, hello, Jang. I see you've already been acquainted with Corky.
I have. My new friend. She holds up like a little bit of corn or something to Corky.
Allow me to introduce Magnus. And you see Magnus just fly out of Oren's door and just land on his shoulder. Magnus, Corky, Jang, Magnus.
A pleasure to meet you.
Noticing that Corky is also... Yep, noticing that Corky is also a raven, Oren's just gonna go, so, I'm assuming Benedict told you a few things about ravens?
I mean, I've definitely been around them before, so...
Excellent. Well, I won't double up on that. Now, Magnus, you look after Jang, keep an eye on her, and if anything bad happens and you can't help her, come back here immediately, okay? And as always...
You can see the two of them sizing each other up.
Be discreet. Magnus, you play well with Corky. And Corky, I'll tell Benedict if you do anything.
Both of them look at you with silence.
That's what I thought. All right, Magnus, off you go. And just kind of nudges him off his shoulder over to Jang.
All right. It hops on the shoulder.
Oh, so what are we having for breakfast? And Oren walks away and starts pulling out his dinner set, which is now his breakfast set. Starts getting set up for breakfast.
Really just slops different bits of food, like a whole mixture of things, onto your very nice kit.
Thank you, Ridley. Thank you. Goes and takes a seat and places it all neatly and knife and fork and just starts going to town on it.
So Sylvie would have been awake a little bit earlier. She would have sat and watched the sunrise where she could. After hearing Ridley start to play his music, she's gonna wander over, listening in quite, her eyes sort of taking in the serenity of it as well. She smiles at Corky and at Magnus and the interactions. And then after breakfast, she'll head over to Jang. Are you ready?
I have not asked myself that question. Let's say yes.
Seems silly when everybody was asking me that question. Saying yes just felt like the right answer. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be here with you the whole step of the way. She's gonna ask to hold your hand, hold it tightly. She'll sort of bring you down where she can to your level and pull you into a really, really tight hug. You'll get a face full of pink hair. I don't know what spell to give you, but ensuring that your life comes back to us is the most important thing to me. So I hope this wards you. And as she's holding you, her gauntlet starts to glow as a golden energy starts to just envelop around you. Sifting in, it kind of just subsides into your skin as she casts Death Ward on you. So if for whatever reason you fall down to 0 hit points, you don't. And she's gonna hold your hands again. Everything's gonna be okay. You're the strongest person I know.
Thank you, little one. And she'll hug back, but not too tightly. Just dent the armor. It's fine.
Did you know Ridley could cook? He's been cooking all morning.
It smells amazing.
She'll potter back over to where everyone's sitting. Eat with us first. You gotta make sure you've got a full stomach.
I can't say no to this meal.
All right, Ridley, what have you prepared for us?
The works. So if I get to come at this with whatever I want, there's gonna be toast covered in butter. There are going to be the baked beans. There's going to be hash browns, bacon, sausages.
More bacon.
Tomato, mushrooms. Yeah, and
Corn
some just
fritters.
really nice.
Fritters!
I'm gonna make them zucchini fritters because I love my zucchini fritters. Never had a corn fritter. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna change that. It's so good.
It's just there is so much protein on this plate, and then everything that's not a protein is a carbohydrate.
Eat it, just immediate +2 strength.
Yeah.
Before too long,
It's good fighting food.
more and more of the tribe start showing up with growling bellies.
They're a fan of your cooking, Ridley.
Right. Right. Well, what do we have left here?
So we will go over to a couple of them, break off some pieces of her toast, and then start sharing her food around with them.
We start eating it. I'm gonna need more rations.
How many more?
Well, it's a big tribe.
What makes you think Oren is sharing his rations firstly?
Jang will pass up a bunch of her rations.
I don't strictly need to eat, so I guess all of mine are technically forfeit. Benedict will offer all of his up. A lot of biscuits there. This is more of a giant morning tea.
So, how many rations are you offering up?
Let's go with 7.
Sick.
Because I don't need to eat, I will actually offer up the remaining 9 days of rations that I've got.
All right. You've got about
If
half
we need
there.
more, I can usher up.
So we need some more if you want to feed the full tribe.
Okay.
Also, just quickly, I'm just gonna say thank you so much for Soteris gifting Kuro Tokyo a dragon egg. Kuro,
Ooh.
you just got a dragon egg. It's next to your name. May you name it well. May it grow into an ancient and powerful dragon. May it use its breath weapon on all those that would scorn you. And together, let us collect all the shinies. Enjoy the emotes, especially the hard emote that is definitely not a mimic. You can trust me. It's not a mimic. Don't believe what everyone tells you. All right. So, how many were you giving up, Sylvie?
How many more do we need to give up to feed the rest of the tribe?
So we got 9 from Jang, was it? And then how many did you give up, Benedict?
9 from
we had
Benedict,
9 left.
Oh, 9 for
7
Benedict,
from
7
Jang.
So that's 16. Another 16?
Don't you lot hunt or have? If everyone brought 1 egg, we could have an omelette with what's left.
I can offer up another 8.
Like, well, I don't have a pot big enough for this. I'm gonna have to build a new fire. Proper
I didn't
bonfire.
pack the one spell that would help in this situation.
Why would you?
I didn't think create food and water would be relevant today.
It'll help keep everyone fed. Benedict starts picking up and collecting firewood.
Well, I suppose I'll give 1, since everyone else is giving some.
Alright,
You see Oren reluctantly hand over one of his.
okay. So we need
Ridley's
another...
popped in about 4.
4. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's like 12. That's 13. Another 3.
Jen can do that.
All right, cool. You guys gather what supplies you had, and you start to feed the tribe. But as you do, you can see that their spirits are lifted because of this. They will gain a well-fed bonus for the upcoming encounters.
Ridley's beans are now legendary.
Oh god.
Add that to your title list.
Legendary
Really hungry
beans.
now.
Does he get any thank yous, or is he looking a bit miffed because
Sylvie would have thanked him and then also promoted how
not from
good
the party? The presumptuous tribe.
Anyone who didn't have beans on their plate is now getting like the beans scraped off Sylvie's plate. You should try the beans.
Oh, thank you. Good packed flavor.
Now's probably a good time to mention that I had one left over from the Inspiring Leader feat. So any NPC that you feel was listening intently to that would feel 19 HP more temporarily better.
Let's give it to Rash.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
tempted to
party
throw it at the
as well.
puppy, but
No, the puppy is not coming
Something
with
hits
us.
the puppy.
No.
Puppy is staying.
How much hit points was it? Sorry?
19 temporary HP.
Nice. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
ration is damned
Oh,
it.
there's one more thing I forgot, Jeng. I'm
No,
sorry.
Rash is the chieftain.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. That's okay then. I'm cool then.
Yeah.
After breakfast, Sylvie announces that she forgot something, and then runs over to her backpack, and gets out something. It's quite small, be only about this big, and it's wrapped up in like a cloth as well. She runs over to you and then gives it to you, and she said, "Someone very dear gave this to me, and it's brought me a lot of good luck since, and I'm gonna give it to you." And she gives it to you, and you open it, and it's a very, very small pink dagger, gifted to her by Chirir.
This is special indeed.
Oh, it's pink as well. Forgot that part. It's a little pink dagger.
She'll carefully slip it inside her gauntlet, so that it's like tucked up against her arm.
You have to promise to bring it back.
I definitely will.
Pinky promise. She holds out.
All right. Well, this is where I'll say goodbye for now.
Good luck.
Be swift as you can.
I'll make haste where I can.
You just see Oren sort of nod.
Get you here and back again. Sylvie
New
keeps it
Mission
under the
Impossible theme song.
It's more like Emperor's New Groove, the Kronk. Yeah, that's yeah. Best scene.
Sophie steps back into the group of the party.
Jang will pull her hood up, and just before she turns invisible, she just nods to the party, and then hood up and gone.
All right. How far do you intend to travel away from the party?
She's going straight to the stronghold.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fair track on your own.
Yeah.
All right. For Corky and Magnus, you eventually lose, after 100 feet, your connection with them. Jang is truly out in the wilds on their own. They pass through the embracing stones, through the bodies of the barked ones, and open out into the hills. Several hours pass, traveling the river. Now, you know that the Leaf of Benamor only has 2 hours to it.
Oh, I did not, because I didn't read that bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't have been using it until I knew that it was close to the area.
Okay.
And would have been actively avoiding places that she knew were regularly patrolled and
So,
stuff.
give me a survival check.
15 plus 8.
All right.
So 23. Plus it's favored terrain for her as well.
So you travel faster?
Basically she's just not inhibited by
Difficult terrain.
yeah, by difficult terrain or anything like that. And says that she remains alert to danger even when she's engaged doing anything else. She can move stealthily at normal pace, etc., etc.
All right. You get about halfway to where you know where the stronghold is, but you reach a threshold where you have to make a choice. If you continue on, it'll be midday by the time you get there. You will be very far away from your other companions if you decide to press forward from this point. To travel to this point, however, you have seen patrols of those demonic direwolves with demonic orcs mounted on their backs. You've managed to keep yourself hidden and unnoticed from them, dodging their patrols and watching them from afar.
I mean, the whole intention of this is to go all the way in. The next time she comes across a patrol, she'll put herself in a position where she can use Hunter's Sense on one of them in order to learn damage, immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities, and what type of creature they are.
Alright, this is going to require a stealth check.
It's a 19 on the Certeris dice, plus 9.
Alright. Targeting the orcs or targeting the direwolves?
The orcs.
Okay. You get within 60 feet of them, keeping yourself low and hidden. It's then that your hunter sense kicks in, and you learn that these are orc and demon. You find out that they are resistant to poison, fire, and lightning. You also learn that they are resistant to magic. As for their senses, they have dark vision, but no true sight or any other senses.
So no vulnerabilities?
No vulnerabilities, no.
Cool. All good. She will lay still and wait until the party has passed. and waited till they're a good distance away from her.
They communicate with each other with this guttural growl, accompanied by hisses, various clicks. You also notice that there are these moments of silence that seem to be entwined with this very alien speech. As they communicate with this, they bend and turn away from their patrol path.
It's not undercommon, is it?
No.
Once they're a comfortable distance from her and she knows she's not going to be taken by them, she is going to continue on and push as close to the stronghold as she can get. And when she knows that she's within the cusp of being able to use her cloak without being caught, she'll do that.
All right. Give me another stealth check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You hear this terrible, gut-wrenching sound crying out from the skies. You look up in the sky and you can see that there are these buzzard-like creatures with long appendages that end with sharp claws. Their wings on their back flap. Their feathers are tarred are black, and they almost have this oily sheen to them. They have long necks, and as they do, they start to be doing an air patrol from the air. You can see them communicate with each other. They're about 20 feet apart at this point. They don't see you. The stronghold is close at this point. You can see off in the distance more of these creatures doing aerial patrols.
If she knows that she's close enough to be able to use her cloak without risking it running out, she'll activate the hood.
You guess about an hour and a half of time, which will leave you with about half an hour.
As in half an hour once she gets there, or?
Yeah. You can always try and stealth up, but it's getting increasingly harder. I'll need another stealth check from this point if you want to do it without the cape. The cloak, sorry.
19 total.
Okay. They fly above you. You take it slow. You get another half an hour closer. They haven't managed to see you.
At this point, she'll pull the hood up.
Alright. Takes an hour. But you get to the edge of the camp. This large hill with gathered logs that have been made into a wall. You can hear the sound of industry. Many of these orcs that bear the sign of corruption, yelling out commands to one another. You can see that there are these pens that are being created here that hold many orcs, humans, and half-orcs. Even more so, not all of them are Gushthud. There's a lot of activity here. You're going to need a lot of bodies. Or a splinter cell.
Jang would like to find a spot that gives her good vantage of the campsite and try to look out for anyone who seems to be holding a position of power.
From this distance, it's hard. You would have to pass beyond the walls. However, you do see that there is a building made out of stone that sits prominently amongst the rest. You would assume that that would be the Wharf Chief's residence. You can see that it's heavily guarded. Perched on the roof, you can see these demonic creatures of flight patrolling the walls. You can see many Tanaruk with their demon wolves.
Can she try and count just figures as far as like numbers that they're going to be going up against?
All right. You give a rough estimate of 60 demonic orcs. There are dire wolves, quite numerous as well. 30, perhaps. And as for the creatures of flight, anywhere between 10 to 20.
With this, she feels like there's not much more that she's going to get right now. To speed her up a little bit, she's going to cast Pass Without Trace to give herself an advantage. And she's just going to leg it for as far as she can until either Pass Without Trace or the cape wears off.
Are you using the cape and the Pass Without Trace?
Yep.
Alright. Are you using the cape the whole way?
Not the whole way, just until she's fairly comfortable. If she can drop the cape and confidently know she's not going to get caught.
It took you an hour and a half to get here with from the point where you were out further away from their patrols. So you risked it for half an hour and then you use the cape for 1 hour. So you have like around about 1 hour left over the cape with the cape. You can either use the cape anywhere in between there, or you can try and make stealth checks.
She'll use the cape for like another 15 minutes, just till she's a little bit further out, and then she'll just rely on stealth.
All right, you've got 45 minutes left. Give me a stealth check.
That's another 19 plus 9.
All right. 45 minutes out from where you used your first stealth before using the cape. I need another stealth check. Their patrols continue to fly above, looking down as you rush between various points of hiding, boulders, shrubbery.
15 plus 9, so 24.
24. Okay. One more check.
12 plus 9.
21.
21.
Alright. Your heart's beating at this point. You're almost at a safe distance where you can get away from this place and just dodge the patrols like you did before. It's then that your gut drops. You look behind to check on the patrol and you can see that they've spotted you. They're now they start to descend on you now. These 3 demonic creatures of flight.
She pulls the cloak back on straight away and dodges to the side and is going to kind of like horseshoe around.
Horseshoe around? Okay, cool.
Yep, so she's changing path direct, like completely.
Alright.
And will slow down enough that she's not going to leave a path.
Give me a stealth check.
It is 11 plus 9, 20.
Was that with advantage?
No, it was not. We'll go with that because that was a 3. So dirty 20.
They search for you, but to no avail. However, the war camp now knows that something approaches. You can hear the various calls from off in the distance, and the patrols start to double as well. Are you going back to your companions?
She's going to start making her way back. But at this point, what time of day is it?
It's after midday at this point.
I feel like Sylphie would have probably made contact by now.
Yeah, so let's go back to them and have their scene play out. Then we can decide what you do. All right, guys, you guys are at the camp. What would you like to do?
Should we take a brief break here
Yes.
because it's about to hit break time?
Yeah, let's do that.
Refill our water, have some tea, and then figure out what's happening.
Sick. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please donate to Coda's Big Day Out, or aka Big Adventure. We are very close.
We're
I think
so
we're on
close.
87% now, which is like super cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a charity stream for the World Wildlife Fund. What was that, Em?
Oh, I just spent so many points on it.
I think
So
we're
many
all
points.
super keen as well.
Yeah.
All right, so when we get back, we will continue this last leg of Jang's arc. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to get up, stretch, get some tea and some water. Thank you very much.
gonna put in my.
And we're back, and the war rages on! Oh my gosh! Fight! Fight! Go, Trent! Fight! More hearts! Hi, I'm Josh Dredd GM, and these are my fellow storytellers. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We're so happy to have you here. Look at those swords; it's so intimidating. We push him back. More hearts. Okay, we are at the end of a character arc, and we are finally on the final planning stage of what's going to happen. So thank you so much for being here. If you are here before the raid but not there where Robert came from, please do us a massive favor. Go over and follow Robert Hart GM. We absolutely adore Rob, and cannot wait to play with Rob again so very much. So thank you for bringing your people here. Wow. Oh, look at those raid emotes. I think retreat. Oh,
Yeah, we're
man.
doing Robert's side. I've
there
got
it
heaps
is.
of chests.
We're gonna get there though. We're gonna get there. We're gonna come back. Back on the next one. Tactical retreat. If you don't know, if we are trying to do a community challenge, we are at, let's have a look now, 89% of our community challenge. If we reach 500 channel points, we are going to do a charity stream where we will be doing, where all the characters will be critters, and they will follow in the adventure of our favorite little baby owlbear known as Coda. We are going to be doing charity will be our Worldwide Wildlife Fund, and we absolutely adore it. We think it's a good charity, and we do as much good in the world as possible. We have a bunch of prizes to give away. We have the one shot I have planned is very, very cool and very cute, and we'll all be owning. Yes, trophies for the Robs, for the Hartleys. Let us quickly do a round of introductions for our beautiful storytellers here. And again, go check out Rob, because we love Rob and he's an amazing content creator and should be celebrated. JP.
Hello, I am JP. In this campaign, I play Benedict, the elderly human warlock of the group, and when I say elderly, he hella old. If you like dots and lines, by God, if you like an unhurled amalgamation of the two, feel free to check the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff.
Hells yeah. Rob.
Hello, my name is Sarah. I'm playing Jang, who is a half-orc ranger. You can find me on the socials at R4HSCAL.
Hells yeah. Trent.
Hello, I'm Trent. I play Oren, old man gnome wizard. Specializes in evocation magic, and you can see me here every Monday night.
Hells yeah.
Good.
Hey, I'm Em. I play Ridley tonight, who is a multi-class of lots of charisma classes. And if you like pixels in the shape of fantasy characters, then that's my Instagram above my head at @elysian.art.
Hells yeah. And Ellie.
Oh, hey everyone. My name is Ellie. Tonight I'm playing Sylphie, who is the pink-haired gnome cleric of the party. You can catch me here on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Hells yeah. And I'm Josh Dredd. You can find me here 3 days a week playing Dungeons & Dragons, and on Thursdays we do a variety stream where we play video games or alt systems or something like that. We were very fast friends with Rob, and we are so happy whenever he brings the raid. Even though he smashes us. We're at a massive amount here. We're at 94%, 6% off our community challenge. So thank you so much for all the channel points donated. And also, Mary G, thank you so much for gifting a carton of dragon eggs to the community. If it was your first time getting a dragon egg, may you name it well. May it grow into an ancient and powerful dragon. May it use its breath weapon on all those that will scorn you, and together let us collect all the shinies. So thank you very much for that as well. Enjoy the emotes, especially the hard emote that is definitely not a mimic, no matter what people tell you. Don't trust them. You can trust me. So thank you so much. We are going to get this game kicked back off. And happy 1st of June, everyone. Going off to bed. Sexy Battle Wizard tomorrow morning. Yes. Oh, I totally forgot. Please join me tomorrow. I'm playing a game with Rob and Dag where we're going to be playing Sexy Battle Wizards, which is a very fun one-page RPG that's just bound for shenanigans. And who knows what's gonna happen when me and Rob get together, especially with Dag. We have a bunch of high jinks fun, high shenanigans fun. Words, they escape me. I'm very excited to have everyone here. Okay, let's get this game kicked back off. Thank you so much for the shinies. We were going back to the camp where the companions are now trying to speak with the orcs, the Gushthud, about the events for this day. My gosh, thank you so much for all the love, guys. Big love. Thank you for the shinies. Okay. What would you guys like to do? You can see that everyone is well fed and in high spirits. Ooh, wrong music as well. Let me change that.
Oh, I wish I could be listening to the music. So Ridley would decide to cash in his current good standing for having cooked for an army, more or less, and he's going to try to get people on side for joining the fight.
All right. How would you do that?
Well, oh gosh. I'm so tired. We'll start with Rash, you know, go big or go home.
All right.
Did Rash partake of the rations?
He did. You can see that he's sitting on his stone throne. There lies the axe next to him. In the daylight, you can study its form more closely. It has this fire to it, sort of bleeds around the edges. It comes up the shaft, and you can see that in the middle is a section, a hollow section that houses what looks like a shining star of pure fire.
So he sidles on up to Rash, gauging his... He makes enough noise that he'll be noticed, and then depending on whether Rash looks at him like he's going to grab the axe and just shoo him away, he'll just move a bit closer in comment. Don't see many axes like that.
It's one of a kind.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Does it take much to surprise you?
That depends on the day. Is this an heirloom? By any chance?
You could say that.
Want it in battle then?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
You'd be surprised what I believe.
I am not sure if it was a dream. It felt so very real. The sky opened itself up to me, and I found myself in the cosmos. And there, among its form, was an entity known as Denlin. A creature of immeasurable size and power. Looked at me with its blazing eyes. It said that I had a fate. A fate to help my tribe. And that I had to make a choice. I must change. I must grow. It was said that Jang may return, and I must heed her counsel. I was taken to a weapon maker who said that my fate would be forged. And this weapon, forged of sky metal, was given to me. The Fate Forger said that the time will come when I must pass this axe to my successor. For it is the chieftain that must wield this weapon. And my time will come.
he grips the axe, and as it does, you can see the fire bleed up his arm, almost as if he was standing on in front of a horizon with a star or sun that would illuminate his back.
It is a fine weapon. Though I fear it has not earned its name yet.
Did he say its name?
No, he says it hasn't earned its name. He did say the entity's name was Gamelin.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought I'd missed where you actually said the name of the axe, and he hadn't earned the name yet.
No, the axe hasn't earned its name yet.
So as Rash is speaking, you can see Ridley leaning in a little bit towards the axe, but trying to maintain a respectful distance. His interest is incredibly piqued by Gamelin. If I told you that I'd met a giant creature of the sky named Gamelin as well, and had my own item forged, would you believe me?
His eyes study your expression to see if you're mocking. Seeing that you aren't, the chieftain shakes his head.
No. I would believe you.
Admittedly, yours is bigger. And he just holds up the beautifully, delicately woven Stormfield ring with the green gems inset that seems to glow and spark on its own very subtly.
Then our fates are entwined. By the will of the Fate Forger. We are on the right path.
My fate is sending me to follow Jang and to back her up. Can I count on you to be there as well?
He will stand to his full height, puff out his chest proudly, gripping the sky metal axe, which has the Nova encrusted inside of its form.
Yes. Do. And all that would follow me will aid you in Jang.
Ridley would respond by standing up to his own full 5'9", 5'10" with hair, height, and just look proudly up, I assume, at this hulking orc.
Yeah. Jang's tall. So the Gushtad are...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jang's tall, but so is the rest of the Gushtad. And
Yeah, I've basically been...
Rash is full-blooded as well. Now, I can't speak for the full reason of that, but... Yeah.
Nonetheless... 5'9", and a lot of spunk. He stares up at this orc and appreciate that. We'll do what we can.
Let's give him hell. Gustad! It is time for us to earn our reputation. Grab your weapons and bring your strength to the back of Jang. Our fates are with Jang and her companions.
Ridley looks quite startled at the suddenness. He like turns around and tries to motion everyone With a
Just-
little bit of an apologetic look on his face, like, I didn't mean to do it like this.
You just see Benedict shit-eating grin spread across his face, almost with a "that's my boy" look, as he's just got his boomerang in one hand, just fist pumping, just 100% going with this fervor.
Oren is equally startled. He's like going, "What? How? What?"
Oh, you're muted, Ellie.
You hear from the back of the crowd just Sylphie's little voice, little high-pitched voice comparatively to all of the others, giving a whistle and a woo. I'd say she's jumping, but no one could tell.
I'm kind of picturing some passing orc like hoisting her up, and I don't think that's what happens, but that's where my mind went. I think
All
we're
right.
charging.
You can see them gather their weapons and their dire wolves at their side, and they start marching.
Yes,
Marching
we
for
are.
battle.
Well, before they enact that plan, should we first make contact with Jane first?
Yep.
Yeah. Does Oren or Benedict, would they like to do anything in this moment before Sylphie communicates with Jane?
Benedict would, after he's done fist pumping and really just hyping himself up, would take a moment, closing his eyes, but clasping his hand to his chest and just... Zantu. We're about to head into battle. For many brave souls. This is short notice. Rather abrupt, but... abrupt? That's a new word. Abrupt. However, what blessings you can spare would not go astray. I just kind of clench his fist around his boomerang, give himself a firm little nod, and get to marching.
My avatar. Bring them down. My ravens I grant you.
Operating with a blast of arcane magic at your side, you see several ravens of Zantu appear at your side, feathers drifting down and landing and then disappearing. They all heed your command. Salute you.
Benedict, just quietly in response to Zantu, I'll be with you soon. Looking to the ravens that evaporated. Assume that you know why you're here. But bring the foes of the Gushtad before Lord Zantu. Act with haste, and act with ruthless efficiency.
In unison and in sync, they all say, "Yes, Avatar," in various voices.
I've got a hit squad!
And then as that happens, they disappear, and you just see more of those feathers drifting down with magic dissipating as well.
Benedict's pretty chuffed with that.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of with that affirmation, knowing that there are allies with him, yeah, he turns to kind of face the march, boomerang firmly clasped in hand, cane in the other, and he is ready to go.
All right. Anything else?
There is so much happening. I just can't keep track at the moment. I don't have enough pen. Where's my quill? What the hell are these things? And he looks at the raven dudes. It's like, wait, where are they going?
So good, man.
just
Don't even
all-
worry about it.
Orange just all sorts of startled at the moment. Like orcs marching off to war, raven dudes appearing out of nowhere, and a mass of feathers are disappearing just as quickly, and talking to Benedict like he's their commander. And he's never seen them before, and he's just like, what? He's trying to work out like how to make sense of all this. Really, like he knows what is happening, but it doesn't make any sense to him why it's happening. That's what's confusing him the most. He's going along with it, but he's just like, yeah, confused and startled a little bit.
All right.
Whoa.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I guess.
Sending time.
Well, seeing that happen with all of the ravens showing up, Sylphie will smile at Benedict and give a resolving nod, and she'll just take her leave for a few moments. She will find the orc that was with her before, the one who had the little dirt pile.
Oh, hello.
Would you be okay to help me do a small favor?
Oh, so much pressure. Okay.
It's no pressure at all. And she takes him over to just off to the side, away from all of the kerfuffle. I was hoping you could hold your hands out like this. And she just sort of like has it. And Sylphie will hold it tightly. Her little fingers barely reaching like the ends of his fingers. I hope you're here, Lanath. I can feel you. I can see how strong these folk are. I hope you protect them, and I hope I can protect them through you. I hope that with the hands of many and the hands of this friend, that we can give them a blessing of much kindness, and a blessing that will protect all their lives in the coming battles ahead.
Your words are pretty.
She clamps them.
I hope that we win.
Me
Good luck
too.
out there.
The one known as Gion turns back around to the camp as they are not as strong as the other orcs, and stays with the children and the unable. All right. Did you want to do ascending?
Yeah. When it comes to it, she will cast sending, saying, I pray you're safe. What news do you bring? The tribe is ready to fight. We are with you when you say the word.
When the message comes through, it's just after Jang has kind of taken pause and finally stopped running. And she drops down beneath a large tree with her back against the wood. It's greater than I feared. But there's only one way forward. I'll meet you beneath the largest oak trees. The orcs will know the way.
Sylvie will make her way through the crowd and make her way over to Ridley if she can get through. And then look up at the orc chief. by the 2 old oak trees. That's where we meet her.
We know the way. We will be there before nightfall.
And so you travel. And along the way, there are small skirmishes, though you are all victorious with number. It's then, after several hours, you see the trees that were spoken of. Without fear in their hearts, and bolstered by the new ways, the Gushthud arrive. Jang, you hear them approach.
As they're approaching, she has spent the last few hours in meditation, focusing herself, thinking through her options, trying to find peace with her path, and attempting to speak directly with Wilroth.
All right. How do you reach out and what do you say?
She surrounds herself with just items that she has on her of items of nature. The talismans from her neck she lays in a line in front of her. She digs her hands down into the dirt to feel the tree roots beneath her. And she spends a good time not saying anything, not asking anything, just drawing in the nature around her. And finally she says, I know my path has been one of so many questions and of such conflict. But I see now the duality of the world, the cycle of life and death and rebirth. And I take you as my guide. And I take you as my strength. And I ask that you help me lead my people and protect them and to make the right choices for them.
As these words are spoken, rolling through the bodies of the great oak trees, you feel the wind grace you. There is a calm tranquility to it, and you find yourself eased, a place of calm. What this means, you're not sure yet. But hopefully, it'll make itself prevalent.
When she hears the approach of her clan, she'll rise to her feet and stand just beneath the oak trees, wait for them to approach.
Alright. They do approach, and they await you to make yourself known. Rash rests his great axe on his shoulder, and you can see it shedding light in a 20-foot radius, casting all in this warmth. Sylphie, Ridley, Benedict, and Oren at Rash's side, and at their backs, what remains of the Gushthud tribe, ready to fight for you and what you stand for.
She moves over to the party. And a deep exhale. It's good to see you. I wish I came with better news. It was a challenge, but I reached the borders of the stronghold, and we do have our work cut out for us.
We are Gustad. I welcome it, as does the clan.
Many grunts.
She'll go into further detail to outline what she saw, describing the orcs, the direwolves, the birds in the sky, down to what she saw of the actual stronghold itself, where the captives are held, and the best paths to reach them.
The prisoners. We release them. They will fight for us, or they will fall to the corruption that houses them. Surely they will choose to fight with us.
Most will fight, I'm sure.
We must
But-
get them weapons. Yes.
Might be able to assist with that. My operatives, if you will, are good at getting places quickly. Ravens. And Benedict just kind of calls out to his surroundings.
They all wait with reverence, their heads bowed, saluting.
Soon we'll be equipped with surplus weapons. When we march, enter the stronghold quickly and silently, break the locks on their cages, and free the captives arming them, then leave immediately, and help deal with their... And Benedict looks to the skies. Aerial support. I'm not looking for any of you to risk your lives unnecessarily. No heroics. Get in, arm the captives, get them out, and leave. Understood?
They all nod. Yes, Avatar.
Those who fall, bring them to me. I can help. Any from the tribe, if they need it, I can help.
We must chop off their head. Who among us will help Jeng and those willing to take the main fight to their war chief? Sylvie,
I will.
do you intend to stay and heal? Or do you wish to fight? And Ridley, I would have it no other way. Though, it is up to Jeng. Ultimately.
Where would you like us, Jeng? I can keep your tribe alive. Resurrect them where I can. If they shall fall, I can bring them back. Or would you like us by your side?
I would ask that you stay with me. Your strength is invaluable in so many ways. I think we're all prepared for there to be sacrifices and losses, but for the greater good, we do what we will.
Then I believe we act on your command. Benedict gives a firm nod.
Well, shall we be off then? You can see Oren kind of stand upright and kind of tapping his staff, kind of like he's warming up, like getting ready to throw some spells.
Let me return your ravens to you. And Jang passes Corky back to Benedict and oh my gosh, I've just forgotten his name.
Magnus.
Magnus. I was like, Mahak, that's the wrong name. It's an M name. Magnus and back to Oren.
Thank you.
Have you back?
They kept me good company for these few hours. I appreciate your help. Alright, with that, we'll start moving towards the stronghold.
All right. You find dead bodies along the way, that of the patrols. However, as you do, storm clouds start to roll in over the last hours at the approach of the Gush Thud stronghold. You start to hear the clap of thunder. It starts to rain heavy, though your vision is impaired. As you see flying towards you the aerial patrols, flash of light. You start to see the patrols panic and start to weave and dodge the lightning that is coming down from the sky. You see one get struck. It flies to the ground, cinders following in its wake. There are the gates. There the prepared Tanaruk, demonic orcs, and their corrupted direwolves. Their war cry starts to cast itself out into this tempest that is this battlefield. The Gush Thud reply in kind. It's then that you see the gates of the prisoner pen open, and rushing out are the prisoners that were held, and a battle erupts. Now, if we want to continue playing, we're gonna need more playtime. So I need to find out with everyone if it's okay if we continue to 11:30ish.
I think at least one person has to leave.
Yeah, I've got big day tomorrow, so I've got to leave early.
Feel like next session, well, like we're going into a massive combat. Feel
Yeah,
like we kind of want Jang there.
Yeah, I can't.
Is
go
it one of
past
those
11.
like, can we do it in half an hour sort of things, or it does have to take the full hour?
We'll end it there. We have one episode before we go on break that we had in the pocket. So we can play it next week. But that's the last episode.
I do feel as if that'll be a pretty spectacular cliffhanger.
I think so too.
Then hang you all will.
Oh, but I didn't even play Hangman.
Hang.
Have we only spoke about it. Okay, I guess we're announcing it now. Did we forget to announce it to everyone? I think we may have.
Quite possibly.
Announce what?
I think we hadn't announced it to
Oh,
everyone
the
else yet.
break.
Yeah. So
Oh, we announced it to the players, but not the Discord.
yeah. So beautiful viewers, we are going to take a 2-week break over starting after next week, and that is because it is Link's birthday and we want to spend time with our son, and everyone needs a respite to gather their creative juices, so it's a perfect time for us to take a big break and then come back full force. We are in talks about doing some stuff over that time, though more on that as we go. But yeah, Link's birthday is coming up, so Em and I really want to just spend that time with our beautiful boy, especially since we
Also,
work.
just halfway through the year, and we're like, whoa.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, we're allowed a mid-year break.
Yeah, exactly.
School holidays.
Hells yeah.
Holidays.
Yeah. So we are, and then we're over that time we're going to be working on some stuff, and we will come back ready and raring to go. So we do have one more week next week, and then that's our last week, and then we're going to take a two week break and then come back. So yeah, now we should probably do favorite moments.
I'll be right back just before
While
we
we
start.
have the time.
All right. You deserve a break. Thank you so much, Samjen. Boy, what a vibe there. Yeah.
Link is turning 2.
2.
2.
We're 96%, guys.
Yeah.
I've been watching it just tick up, and I'm
It's so close.
Yes.
It's so close. I can't wait. Such a fun age. Hells yeah. He's like, his little brain is turning on so much, and I love it so much. He's like, his language is really good. I'm so proud of him. I think my new favorite word of his that he says is yellow. Yellow.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, it's yellow.
Yellow. Oh boy.
Gosh.
You just got another 2,000. Thank you so much. We're so close
thank
to
you.
our amazing charity stream. It's going to be so much fun. 96%.
Oh,
it's
4's
so
pretty
close.
fabulous too. And safely out of the toddler
4 sounds
zone.
so much fun. Oh, even closer. Okay. So let me describe favorite moments for the beautiful new people that stayed with the raid or have just clicked in. We have something that we do at our tables, and we have done so for the longest time. It's hard to remember a time without this. So it is called favorite moments. And what favorite moments is, we go around and we commend each other on excellence of play. The reason we do that is because it helps us build creative confidence and also cultivate a wholesome and loving place where we all feel like we're supporting each other through play. And that we're being like, we notice what people are doing. So it's really important. So how that works is we go down the line. We start with one person, which we'll start with JP. He will praise himself because self-praise is very important. So, and then we will all follow suit and give him something that we like that he did, something that he did as a player that we liked, just something that we noticed that we really appreciated. And if you would like to join in, you totally can too. So just at GM, and I'll read your favorite moments after everyone else's. We have a fun little game as well. We try to steal each other's favorite moments, and it's a lot of fun. But we'll get mock upset, but it's all coming from a place of love. So we were going to start with JP. Praise yourself at Trent for your favorite Benedict moments.
Really glad I did a little prayer to Zantu, because hit squad!
Hells yeah.
Yeah, bringing in the Ravens. Pretty chuffed how that turned out.
Hells yeah. Yo, Ra, what was your favorite Benedict moment?
When you rocked up to Jang and you basically just had like an Avengers Assemble moment where you're just like, Ravens.
Yeah.
Great.
My friends!
Hells yeah. Alright.
I really liked your introduction of oh crap. Your Raven. I already forgot his name. Starts with a C, doesn't it? It's C. It's
Cookie. It's a super shitty pun.
I can't think of
Ravens go caw. Caw. I think his name is Cookie.
That's it. Yep. I knew it was a C. I was like, I can't remember. It's one. Yep. But yeah, I loved the way you introduced Corky to Jang. Personally, I thought it was really good.
Hells yeah. Ridley.
Okay, so I really wanted to jump on the Raven wagon because I loved all the speeches to the Ravens, like be good, behave, I didn't write down specific lines, which I really should have. But nonetheless, instead of jumping on the train, I'm going to jump on a different train, which was getting Jang to sign the Friends notebook, which I thought was so sweet.
It comes with mechanical benefits.
I loved that Benedict had that for Friends as well, and that he went and got Jang to sign. So that was beautiful.
Hells yeah.
Oh,
who did we lose?
Oh, we lost Ellie.
Ellie. See if I've got cameras set up for this. I don't think I do. What is it? 4 players? So it'll be.
Oh, and it's Ellie's turn too. She just dropped out. She's hopping back on.
Okay, cool.
It should only be a sec.
How convenient.
Internet be like. It's really uncomfortable in that position.
I don't believe I have cameras set up for this one.
I kind of do, but don't want to be messing with it. It's -5, so.
I just take such good notes for the first half of the session, and the second half is just really sparse and out of context. Good. Should we keep going?
Yeah, should we move past it and come back to Ellie when she gets on?
Yas!
Yeah.
Chat, what do you have to say? JP says Benedict first bumping the air was such a cute moment. Benedict fist bumping the air was such a cute moment. Hells yeah. Benedict turning breakfast into a biscuit-filled morning tea. Morning tea. Such a big Benedict vibe. Hells yes. I love that so much. Luckily, chat didn't steal any of my favorite moments, but I'm pretty sure it's already been stolen, which was just your complete wonderment on giving the prayer and then the raven showing up and then just going with it because it makes sense. And I love that you were like giving like commands to them. So like, you need to do this, 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 and this. And I loved it so very much. So I'm glad that you made the call. And I'm glad that you made that prayer as well. And the prayer was dope. Oh man, the prayer was fire. Hells yeah. I love it so very much. And we got to see Benedict in avatar mode, which was super sick. I really enjoyed the authority you were laying down at that point as well. I loved it. I loved it so much.
Like a very literal Hail Mary in
yeah.
that situation.
Yeah, it was dope. I loved it. Okay, so Ellie, what was your favorite Benedict moment?
Yes, I'm back. I hopefully it didn't get heard because I did drop out. I didn't hear many people's favorite moments. But I just love listening to Benedict just in general when it comes to any kind of dialogue. But to give you a very particular moment was the jumping up and down with the boomerang. So I always forget he has a boomerang. But I honestly, Benedict's that guy that you could just listen talk about the world and like stories that have happened, stories that have just reading. Like, I just love listening to Benedict anytime he talks.
Hells yeah.
He's legitimately only used that boomerang once and he threw it at Orin.
He hasn't forgotten.
And has not forgiven.
You'll get your comeuppance, don't you worry.
Hells yeah. All right. So we're up to Ra. Ra, what was your favorite self moment?
Filling in the waiting time with meditation and reaching out to her god.
Such big vibes on the word her god, which I appreciated so much. All right. More on that as the favorite moments unfolds. JP, what was your favorite Jang moment?
More on that very specific moment. Really glad you didn't say it because I take you as my guide and I take you as my strength. Holy shit, absolute banger of some lines, well, absolute bangers of some lines there. Just, affirmation that Wilroth, you're my boy. Let's go. And also, the subsequent effect. Pretty damn good. Yeah, those lines were incredible.
Straight fire, 100%. All right. Trent, what was your favorite Jang moment?
I think your ballsy decision to continue the recon of their stronghold and like rolling all those stealth checks to try and make sure you're getting through, and you pretty much did a great job until the very last one, and even then you had the presence of mind to like throw the hood on, duck, and say that you were changing direction completely and doing a horseshoe and all that. I was just like, damn, Jake knows how to stealth. I was very impressed. And I thought it's more of a player thing, really, like just you having the presence of mind to do all those things and calculate it and think of it in your mind in advance of like, okay, I'm going to need this later. Like, just, I was super impressed with that.
Hells yeah.
Awesome job.
Ridley, what's your favorite Jang moment?
Sorry, Yep. Okay, so everything you did, this whole arc has been absolutely amazing. But I loved tonight. The way that you started with Jang was speaking to, I want to say it was Socio?
Sosai.
Yeah,
Sosai.
Sosai.
It's Soseye.
I know how it's spelled. In my head, I couldn't align that with words.
Yeah.
So Jang was expressing nerves about what was about to happen, about going ahead, and then seeking advice, and that just was. It's easy to kind of power through the hero stuff sometimes and be like, yeah, they know what's good and what's right to do, and it's brave no matter what going through it. But it was all the more brave because you showed us how nervous she was, and she sought guidance, and I thought that was very wise and lovely.
All right. Billy.
Muted.
I am stole it. Yeah, you are just such a beautiful performer, Sarah. The whole night you were on fire tonight with not only big plans but big plays as well. I really appreciated you garnishing the information, finding out their resistances and everything is just so useful. So very appreciative of that. But I'm not gonna deny it. My favorite moment was right at the start with you talking to Sosai. I thought that was a really powerful moment, and it was just delivered flawlessly. But special props to picking a god as well, because I love the Pantheon, and it just makes me so happy.
Hells yeah. All right, chat, what do you have to say? Chat says, so Tara says, at Trader GM, the whole thing really, but specifically two things. One, being Jang leaving her name, damn it, Soteris, blank for when she chooses a new name. Second, making sure the new pupper is looked after while she goes off into enemy territory. Hells yeah. Adana says, Adro GM, Sarah, Jang being her ranger self and sneaking out to scout was so good. Hells yeah. Okay, big plays, a lot on the line, and risking it all to get information was huge. So I have to give you massive props for taking the risk of going into enemy lines without anyone else backing you up, apart from the Bless and the two Ravens as well. I was on the edge of my seat. You managed to make the rolls, and even when they saw you, you got away, which was awesome. And then I was taken aback when you had the meditation and you reached out to Wilroth and accepted Wilroth in that moment, because that's huge. That's huge, because that shows, from what I know, that the new ways are definitely in and are happening now, and I can't speak without revealing anything, but it is apparent that no other Gushthad follow gods. So actually I can just say it, she's the first. Jang is the first to take on a god, which is a big deal. It's a huge deal, and it was well done as well. It was cinematic, it was epic, and I'm glad that it happened, so thank you so much. Hells yeah. All right, your favorite self moment, please.
I don't know. I think, actually, yeah, probably when I reintroduced Magnus into the game. After like not being here for like, I haven't used him at all this year. It was last year that he had a couple of appearances.
You have
It's
such
been
a challenge
so long.
because of the other Magnus in the game as well. So it's like it. Yeah, mine's cooler. He's a familiar. That's auto cool factor right there. Like, hells yeah. I
NPC.
I can't say anything. I can't speak to that. But if Willow's onto is here, he'll have something to say about that. All right. JP, your favorite Oren moment, and chat if you would like to join in at DreadGM for your favorite Oren moment, please.
Oren's sheer bewilderment at the sudden uproar after Ridley talked to Rash, and Rash was like, "Let's go, everyone." Suddenly people are appearing, they're chanting, everyone's getting up in arms, and Oren's just like, "What's happening? I need to write this down. I don't have enough ink. I don't have enough quills. What is happening?" Just his sudden...
You just talk about how you like his axe. Like, what the hell? How do you get a war started after talking about an axe?
I didn't think this would happen. But no, just Oren's like sheer awe and shock. I thought that was hilarious.
Hells yeah. All right. Wait, brain. Jeng, what was your favorite Oren moment?
Right at the start with the I'm quite good at introductions. It was just such a good line.
Definitely not a lie. Definitely.
Hells yeah. Ridley, your favorite Oren moment?
Okay, so I loved when, after all the ruckus started with mobilizing everyone to get ready, and then we started to do all the big epic talking and getting ready for the battle, and we were kind of sitting in it. We're like, oh, that was a lot of cool stuff. What do we do now? And then Oren just taps his stuff and is kind of impatient. Shall we be off? And I just love the way that he can come into any scene and just very smoothly move it along, very smoothly demonstrate just who he is perfectly. So I thought that was really well done by you.
Thanks.
Hells yeah. All right, Ellie, your favorite Oren moment?
Oh goodness. Oren, and I feel when he's in the scene, even if it's just a small hint of dialogue, always enhances the moment so well. Every like moment tonight where Oren sort of spoke it just built that scene even further, and it just made it so not only entertaining but interesting. I just love seeing the joy on your face, knowing that you're the only one that has tools to eat food out of. I just love that, and I love that high that you get, and it is in just such a classic Oren maneuver to not give out the rations. And like, we all knew he wasn't gonna give the rations out, but I love that you stick to that, and I just love watching you play Oren. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right, before we get to chat's favorite moments, I'm just gonna quickly say congratulations to 40 Man who hit 13 months. Thank you so much for your awesomes. Whoa, and thank you so much for gifting dragon eggs to the community. If you just got a dragon egg for the first time from 40 Man, may you name it well, may it grow into an ancient and powerful dragon, may it use its breath weapon on all those that scorn you, and together let us collect all the shinies. 40 Man, I don't know. You have donated the 2,000. Hells yeah, thank you so much. We are about to do another charity stream, which is like so much fun. So if you are watching along and haven't donated yet, please donate to the charity stream, because we really, really want to do Coda's big adventure. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay, cool. Chat, what do you have to say? What's your favorite Oren moment? Okay, let's have a look. So Tara says, at TraderGM, Oren not being willing to complicate things with news about Bilgrim, even though that was totally in the forefront of his mind. Side note, I cannot wait for that character arc. I think we're all waited with bated breath for that, because it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so good. Donna says, at GM Trent, I loved how Oren introduced Magnus to Benedict and Corky and Jeng. I almost got away with it if it wasn't for Adana. would have been fine. Like it was my favorite moment until Ardana stole it and broke my heart was that moment where you were speaking to the two, and then they both went silent, and you were like, yes, that's right. I love that playfulness so much, and I appreciated that moment so much as well. So I love that. Okay. Well, I guess to give you something on top of that, because it was stolen from Ardana, damn you, Ardana, would be the way you do your descriptions. They're really strong and solid, and if you watch back your descriptions, they're super awesome and they don't skip a beat at all. Also, when you were describing being unsettled by so much happening all at once, I could see that you were immersed in that scene, and when you were looking around, you were actually looking around, which I appreciated so very much as well. Especially when you're like, who are they? Why did they just disappear? That was like amazing. So thank you so much. Awesome stuff.
Thank you.
All right. Ridley, praise yourself. Attribution for your favorite Ridley moment.
My favorite moment is my regret at this missed opportunity. Because guess what I was going to say when friggin' Rash was like, oh, you know, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. And I was gonna go, oh, well, you know, if I told you I saw a freaking sky lion, would you believe me? And that was gonna be my segue.
Hells yeah.
But it didn't happen, it will never be.
It's okay. We can imagine what would happen in that moment.
Yeah, I in terms of, I guess, an actual thing, bringing out the loot with the scratched words was cool.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Barnedict, what was your favorite Ridley moment? Try to jam for your favorite Ridley moments, please.
And so began the legend of Ridley's beans.
Oh man, that was totally mine.
Just the whole Ridley's big breakfast scene. Just man, if you all brought an egg, aren't you guys like hunters and shit? Just you guys aren't contributing anything. Just, Ridley being kind of flustered and a bit frustrated having to cook this giant breakfast for everyone.
Can we go back to Dweem? Can we please start up a cafe that's called Ridley's Big Breakfast, and they just do breakfast food all morning, all day.
All day breakfast.
All day breakfast.
Ridley's Big Breakfast.
Hells yeah.
All day breakfast.
That's how you'll retire.
Yep.
Yeah.
John,
Hospitality.
What was your favorite Ridley moment?
Your inspiring leader feat. That was so good. I love the take on it, the way that you've turned it into a Ridley thing, but the imagery that you created was really good.
Thank you.
Hells yeah.
Orin.
Yeah, mine's already been taken. But I really liked your conversation. Basically, just talking about his axe. I was like, it's a freaking cool axe. It deserves to be talked about. I'm glad your character did. And unintentionally learning all this lore about this orc and his axe. And I saw your face, and I saw Ellie's, but I saw yours just go. So I think your eyes were about to pop out of your head when you heard some of those names.
Reveals! I love it.
But yeah, well done on the lore reveal there.
Hells yeah.
Thank you.
It would have gone unnoticed if you hadn't asked about it. Ridley? Your favorite moments are already done. You're done stuff. My brain is just on autopilot.
Yeah.
Sylphie.
It's me. I'm next.
You. Wake up. Okay.
What? Sorry?
I need one of those really big breakfasts. No, I'm talking to my brain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My favorite... It was the beans. It's so funny. But the best part... So the one thing that I loved is that such a callback to Ridley and the Sunsingers as well. I do love that, because he would have made everybody breakfast with... his name escapes me now, but I do love that callback. I think I'm gonna have to give you props to just how Ridley handles public speaking and how it gets escalated so quickly around him. And he was just like, oh no. It's always so beautiful to see Ridley in so many different ways, but that was just so entertaining. But yeah, definitely Ridley's beans.
Hells yeah.
Thank you.
Chat, what do you have to say? Crab of Chaos said, I wrote my moment the same time she said it. Lol. So Tara says, at Dreaded GM, Ridley making breakfast for the entire tribe, just taking rations from everywhere and making it work. Hells yeah. Donna says, at Dreaded GM, M, the whole conversation with Rash was so good. Made my lore nerd heart very happy. The Crab of Chaos says, at Dreaded GM, her character in general, that cross class sounds epic. Would like to know how she works out the Pally/Warlock deal. Long day. I know that feel. Okay, my favorite GM moment for Ridley was stolen, obviously. The conversation between Rash and Ridley was awesome, and giving me the being my scene partner there and allowing me to reveal that was so cool. And to have your mind just go in that moment, but also maintain yourself to be able to role play through it with, I must say, flawless dialogue, in my opinion, was amazing. So thank you so very much. You should be very proud of that scene, and if you can, you should go back and watch it, because you did really, really well. All right. Okay. Moving on. Sylphie, what was your favorite self moment? At Dreaded GM for your favorite Sylphie moment, please.
I'm not too sure. Giving Jang Sylphie what Sylphie considers her lucky charm. A little Cheerios dagger. Yeah, I thought that was a really nice little moment, and I wanted to give it to her, and I was like, oh no, I forgot, so I had to wait for a second moment. But yeah, no, Cheerio is a beautiful character, and I love her dearly, and I love that I can give that to Jang, and hopefully it'll bring some luck.
Hells yeah.
And that's your favorite Sylphie moment, please. At Dreaded GM for your favorite Sylphie moment.
I love how aware you are about Sylphie, not just, how she would be feeling, what she's doing at the moment, but also keeping in mind that she's only 2 feet tall. It is something that, like, it can easily just, slip out of your brain, just be like, oh yeah, you can see me doing that, but when everyone was, up in arms, chanting, that you're like, yeah, Sylphie's, probably somewhere in the crowd, chanting and, getting all happy. You can't see her. She's probably jumping. Not that it matters.
She's so giddy.
And yeah, just being aware of that and playing into it so well. I just really like it.
She's so little. It's crazy to think that she'd come up to, like, most people's knees.
Yeah, she's small.
She's small.
Tiny.
Tiny.
All right, Jang, your favorite Sylphie moment.
Well, you stole my favorite moment of the dagger. That was going to be it. But your connection with Jeon with the prayer was really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Oren, your favorite Sylphie moment, please.
Yeah, look, I've got nothing left now because I had 2 and they're both gone already. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna go straight to the end of the game. Basically go, like, your willingness to put yourself so that Sylphie would essentially put your character's fate into Jang's hands, where you're willing to be left behind in order to help the tribe, i.e., help make sure they survive, while potentially the rest of us could go do other things or be split up or whatever. But basically, like, just, I guess, knowingly putting your character either at risk or not at risk and leaving it in someone else's hands to decide that, like, putting your character in someone else's hands to decide their fate that isn't Josh's, in my opinion, like another player, like, that's big, in my opinion. That's big. I don't know if I'd do that, but...
Was that going to be with yous? Or it wasn't going to be with yous?
Yeah, no, look, I think that's a brave thing to do as a player, I think. Very brave.
Hells yeah. All right. Ridley, your favorite Sylphie moment, please.
I'm gonna take 2 because no one can stop me. Except Josh, probably. But
Maybe.
I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
So, first of all, I am petty enough that I enjoy watching a player throw another player under the bus. And you did it so well. When Trent was sitting there with Oren, both of them minding their own business, and Sylvie's like, oh, hey, Oren, what's with that look on your face? Something on your mind? And Trent had to come up with something.
I had nothing.
That was beautiful.
Yes,
and-
Josh,
and
thanks for a lifeline.
Right. That's what I do.
The other moment was just as a player when, what was happening? Oh, you wanted to cast the Sending, and before you did that, you were like, oh, Benedict or Oren, is there anything that you want to do before I do that? And just looking out for your fellow players, giving them an opportunity if they want to get something in, when obviously it's been a very big session with lots happening. So I thought that was really kind of you just to be looking out there for the others, and then doing a really cool Sending.
Thank you. Exactly 25 words as well. I was pretty stoked about that.
Hells yeah. Also, thank you so much, Soteris, for gifting the Crab of Chaos a dragon egg. May you name it well, may it grow into an ancient and powerful dragon, and together, may we collect all the shinies. You've got a dragon egg next to your name now. As the months go forth, it will grow and spawn until you get an adult dragon like the 12-month badge, which is super cool. And enjoy our emotes, especially the hard emote that's definitely not a mimic, no matter what people tell you. Okay, cool. Chat's favorite moments for Sylphie. Let's read them. So Tara says, at Trader GM, Sylphie being willing to sit out of combat to help keep people alive behind the battle. Also leaving that choice in Jang's hands as a player and a character. That's an awesome thing to be willing to do. Hells yeah. Adam says, at Trader GM, Elle, the prayer of Lanath was so beautiful, and the thought of little Sylphie jumping to try and see anything behind the orcs made me laugh. I can just hear the clanging of her armor. Hells yeah. The Crab of Chaos says, at Trader GM, Sylphie speaking to Jang and the chieftain when he said, your words are pretty. She is clearly a party member who went on, who you want on your side. Tiny bundle of awesomeness and love. Hells yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so my favorite moment was obviously Stolen. The prayer to Lanath was epic, and I absolutely loved it so very much. It was perfectly delivered. It had an amazing cadence to it as well. And I loved it so very much. And the fact that you brought in an NPC for it as well was super special. I appreciate it so very much. A ribbon was also stolen, which was that I absolutely loved bringing back the pink dagger. That was super sick. So I guess, I just had one. Yeah, okay. The wholesomeness of the hug between Sylphie and Jang was super sweet and special. And I love that so very much. So, you had a lot of very awesome and varied scenes that helped enhance people's scenes as well as having your own, which was super sick without taking away from the narrative. So be super proud of that. Oh, look at that. Another gifted sub from Soteris, who just reached 50 subs to the channel, 50 dragon eggs.
Wow.
Tugpedia, may you name it well. May it grow into an ancient and powerful dragon. May it use its breath weapon on all those that scorn you in together. Let us collect all the shinies. You just got a dragon egg. It's next to your name. Welcome on in. Okay, favorite self moment for myself. It was a big session with a lot of things going on, and I think I did well amongst the chaos that is not knowing exactly what's going to happen at the table, but having a pretty good idea. Splitting the party with one outlier going out off into the distance without the companions, it's scary for me too, as much as it is for the players to see that happen. But if the players want to do that, it's my job to facilitate and enable that, and I think I handled it perfectly instead of me saying, no, you can't do that, you have to wait for your party members. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, and also maintaining the tension and the challenge of going out on your own into enemy lines. I think I did that well and fairly. So, hells yeah. Self-praise. Atro GM for your favorite GM moments, and I'll read them after chat. And then we are going to go with Benedict. What was your favorite GM moment?
The description of the axe itself with that hollowed out section to contain that gem with almost a fiery glow that then spread up Rash's arm, and then when we all arrived to meet Jang, how it bathed all of us in that warm orange light. Just everything about that axe makes me want it.
Give it
Right?
to me.
I know.
Hells yeah.
What? Your words, not mine. So,
Thank you so much.
I will accept it.
You could kill
I
the
will
war
accept
chief.
this axe.
That option is there if you want to take him out and just take him.
Done.
You can
How many
do
hit
that.
points does it have? 100? Less? Done.
You'll have
One
to
spell.
roll
That's all I
initiative.
If
need.
it's over 100, we can change that.
If it's 100 or less, he's good as gone, basically.
Jang, your favorite GM moment, please.
That moment with Sosai, when she used her own blood to draw a marking on Jang, was really cool, because obviously, you know, there's backstory there with the way that the tribe marks themselves with blood before a battle, and so for Sosai to use her own blood was just like, it was beautiful.
I'm pretty great. I love that moment so much as well. When I was getting it prepared, I was like, "Hell's yeah, this is happening," and it happened, and it was awesome. Thank you so much. Yo, Aaron, what's your favorite GM moment?
Look, I think the way you push for tension with the stealth. Like,
Yeah.
I know I was sitting on the edge of my seat that whole
Yeah.
time going, come on, Jang, come on, Jang, come on.
You can do it. You can do it.
But I was like, yeah, I think you played that very, very well, and we were all in suspense the whole time. In particular, Jang, I'm sure.
Raz fought one of those before. They're not fun fights. So you're probably happy to get away from it for sure.
All right, Ridley, your favorite GM moment, please.
Okay, so I mean, we are always spoiled by your descriptions and how you wax poetic very, very often. Sometimes it's a fire flower and it goes way over our heads,
Yep.
but tonight you dumbed it down a little bit, which I appreciated. And I really loved, in particular, you always do like a beautiful intro, and when you were introducing tonight, it was very early on. I think Jang was in the scene by then, and it was Sosei coming up with No, Jang had the puppy. Yes, I remember things. Jang was holding the puppy and walking towards Sosia, and you described the milky eyes reflecting Jang and the small puppy. And I was just like, oh, that's just beautiful. And there are other examples all throughout the game, but that was, you set a standard and then you stuck to it all the way through. So thank you for your descriptions tonight.
Thank you so much. All right, Ellie, your favorite GM moment.
Oh my goodness! I think I've got one that hasn't been said yet, and I'm kind of blown away. You linked back the Fate Forger, my friend.
Hells
that was
yeah.
so cool.
You thought that the sun was the only review? I got two.
Yeah.
You go back,
It
you
was-
listen to the description of the axe. I give a little foreshadowing there for sure. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. No, it was really awesome. We all love how you interweave all of the tables and the tales that get put forward. Never would I ever have guessed that we would have come across another Fate Forger. And it's just so epic that we do. It was just so cool. Gamelon was such a cool character, and I'm really glad that that's coming back. And yeah, the way that it was presented in the dialogue was absolutely awesome.
Thank you so very much. All right, chat, what have you got to say? Chat says, scrolling up, here we go. At GM, my favorite moment by you was describing the axe and the way he spoke. Very nice RP and acting. Thank you very much, Crab of Chaos. Adonis says, at GM, Josh, Zantu gave me chills. Holy hells, man. Thank you so much, Ardana. Soteris says, at GM, once again, amazing session. Especially love that whole scene you were describing the axe, but JP cruelly stole my moment. So I'm going to go with the epic way that you make your animal sounds. They make the game so immersive. Thank you so gosh darn much. Also, we just got rated by All Things Fantasy. Hello, we are just about to wrap wrap up. Thank you for bringing your beautiful people here. We are going to go set up the Raiders very soon as well. And also, thank you so much, Bloody, who just gifted their 507th Dragon Egg to the community. Thank you so much, Bloody. Welcome. We love you all. We have to say goodbye to some people because we have went on a little bit. So for the beautiful people that have to leave, put up your hands and then wave them. Okay, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Thank you for playing. Tonight was so
Good night.
fun.
All right. So